We're members of the museum, and we just wanted to come out and see if we could see some of the eclipse.
It's a special event.
Oh, that's amazing.
Nice. It is getting bigger.
I'm at a loss for words at the moment.
When I found out it was my day off today, I couldn't have even been any happier.
Oh, wow.
They were sold out of these glasses everywhere, and then I remembered I'm a welder, so I have this hood all the time, and this works pretty well.
We actually ran out last Friday.
To me, this is the best view. Feel a little silly with those glasses.
And it works. Look. It looks like it's covering a little bit more. Can you say what you see?
Darkness.
Darkness.
Yeah, the sun.
Well, as soon as the sun comes out, we'll be able to see it again.
Even 30 seconds of clear sky would help.
And right now, I can't see it because it's covered with clouds.
Quasi Pac-Man looking up there.
Because it's so bright. Wow. That's cool. That's cool.
These are awesome. You can actually see this.
But we can still see it. It looks great.
It's at a loss for words for what I'm looking at right now. Just nature doing its thing.
Breathtaking. Nature is so full of miracles.
Such a sight.
It is. See all the geese that are landing over there.
For Ron Stelfer and his wife Patty, there is not a more majestic place than a 6,200-acre complex, which is just a couple miles north of the Turnpike, along the Lebanon and Lancaster County lines.
Look at all them up in there. With the sun hitting them, look how white they are.
They glisten in the sun.
The Middle Creek Wildlife Management Area is a popular pit stop for nature lovers and birds alike.
Oh, gosh. How many do you think are out there? I thought about that. I thought, how many are really out there?
The Game Commission, which operates the site, announced Middle Creek could close.
You could see it real good this time.
Hunter Thomas uses the site for hunting and bird watching.
Look somewhere in there. He's swimming. He's got his head up.
This day with his buddies, Thomas was trying to spot an elusive tagged snow geese at Middle Creek.
He should be in the scope. Here, move. I found him 3 times already, and you can't find him once. He's 12 o'clock, like 3/4 of the way up this.
Reps from the Game Commission haven't said what could close, but add everything is under consideration. According to them, the facility is expensive to maintain, and without an increase in the fees for hunting licenses, something will have to go.
They charge like the state duck stamp or whatever. If they like up that a couple dollars, I mean, really wouldn't hurt my feelings. I mean, the federal government already upped our federal stamp $10.
It appears it would take extreme cuts for something to change the spot where folks watch the birds every year. But Game Commission officials warn anything is possible.
If they don't keep up with the planting of the fields, that's no food for the waterfowl to eat when they migrate here. So if they shut it down, then you might not see this anymore.
Williamsport, home of the Little League World Series. Only this weekend, it's also home to another phenomenon known as the Red Sea. Tens of thousands of pumped Pennsylvanians making the trek up Route 15 to support the hometown boys. Among them, this rowdy bunch from Redland High School. That's right, high schoolers screaming their heads off for middle schoolers. How often do you hear that?
They're pretty much one of us, and they're going to be at Redlands one day too, so we're supporting our future.
The students with an abundance of school spirit arrive at the gates early in the morning, hours before the game, to get a prime spot just past right field. These guys are so loud, they could probably be heard from any section of the iconic Lamade Stadium. But the Red Sea is not just for students. Teachers are loud and proud too.
We are just so in awe of these boys. We know when they come back, they're going to get down to the business, and they're going to be the boys that they were before they left school at the end of the year.
Leona Groover teaches at Crossroads Middle School. 5 Redland players are in her class.
Last night I was pacing. I'm not even their parent. I'm only their teacher, and I'm pacing back and forth, wondering what their world is like and how they're going to come back and what it's going to be like in front of 40,000 people. It's just unbelievable.
So what's it like being in the Red Sea? They invited me to dive in and find out. Their excitement washes over the crowd in waves. It's easy to get swept away in it all. One thing is for sure, this small town team with a big dream has everyone saying, why not us?
From a town of 356, they've been playing like a heart of a million. And that's crazy to think that they've gone this far to playing in the championship game.
What's your message that you would like to give to your kids?
I love you. I love you all. You guys are fantastic. Great sportsmanship. We know that you're going to come back and be everybody that you used to be.
On Monday, Barb Thomas snapped a photo with her new camera she won't soon forget. Her Canon Rebel T6i captured this image, a red-tailed hawk with an arrow through the middle of its chest.
When we first noticed him, he was on the second landing to this tower here. And then he stayed there for about half an hour or so.
That picture taken in Rocky Ridge Park in York County is the last sighting of the hawk, which was first spotted about a month ago, a mile away at the corner of Druck Valley and Range Roads.
The way the picture appears is the arrow entered through the breast, through the chest, and was exiting through the back, but when it got to the fletching, it actually looks like it stopped.
Sean Musser, a wildlife conservation officer with the Pennsylvania Game Commission, says the hawk's been spotted numerous times and the commission's been trying to catch it and get it to a rehabilitation center.
To make it a month, it's got to be feeding pretty decently. I don't think I mean, I'm sure it's underweight, I'm sure it's hurting, but I think it's, again, for having an arrow through it, I think it's doing very well.